I'd like to talk to you all about how do we change our vibrations and energies to achieve happiness and joy in our life. Well, what is your definition of happiness and joy? That's the first thing. And some may say perfect health. That's a good one. Someone may say prosperity and financial security. That's a good one. Some may say just finding inner peace and relaxation. That's a good one. What we need to understand through our meditations are that your soul and oversoul knows exactly what you need in your life to bring about joy and happiness, raising your vibrations, bringing about peace, and enhancing your life to bring value to it. Now, there is nothing wrong about looking at your life and bringing value to it, because that's what you're here for. The value is the experience. The experience is the energy and frequency of what went into your life. And by that I mean, what brought you joy? That's a frequency and energy. What brought you sadness? That's a frequency and energy. And what came into your life to create doubt? That's one, fear, anxiety, hate, and so on and so forth. But what we need to understand is that through meditations and through understanding, it's so important for us to understand that we cannot force anything in our life that is not supposed to occur. And I'm sure I hear someone thinking about, well, how do we know that? The answer is simple. If it's not working, it's not meant to be in your life. If it is working, it's temporary in your life. Why is it temporary? Because everything we experience is for the understanding of it. Like me going out into the dinner. And I had the joy of being with Quinn. And she took me to a Vietnamese restaurant. And I got to try 4 different delicious meals. That was an experience, brought me joy. Just the experience. Will I go back there again? Of course. But that was part of my experience. Everything in life is nothing but an experience for you to enjoy and to grow and learn from. What I learned, I like Vietnamese food. If I went and had nothing but hot chilies, ghost chilies, I would learn not too good for my digestion. It burns like heck. But there are other people who would say it's great. I'd like you to look at your life through your meditations and saying, I desire for me to have brought into my life that which brings me joy and happiness, with no conceived notions. That which brings me joy and happiness. Not money, could be money. Not relationships, could be relationships. Could be perfect health, whatever it is. Don't specify it, because then you limit yourself. You limit yourself because you are opening the door 2 inches instead of wide opening, to allow every experience come into your life to grow and learn from. And the question is, how painful do you want it to be? Me? I don't want it to be painful at all. I want it to be a growth, joyous and happy. And many times I have said we learn from adversity. Too bad our human beingness, we learn from pain and anger rather than from joy and happiness. What is it in us that says we have to have pain and unhappiness? What is it in us that says we have to suffer? What is it in us that says we're not worthy? What is it in us that feels that our life is useless or frustrating? What is it in us that is allowing that to be created in our life? Notice I said the word allowing. But you're creating it. From why? Lack of self-worth, self-love, and self-esteem. Same story over and over and over and over again. And you're going to hear this theme over and over and over and over again until you finally get it. And when you get angry and upset about me mentioning it, that means you have an issue with it. Because at some level, you don't feel self-worth, self-love, and self-esteem. What, like all of you, when you meditate, just ask to feel God, the true source of unconditional love. Just ask to feel joy. And most importantly, asked to feel worthy. Because I have to tell you, you would not be here at this moment, on this phone call, if you are not worthy. Most of you have never thought about you being worthy. Most of you have used your analogical mind. Remember, that's my acronym for the analytical and logical mind. But you've forgotten who you are, what you are, and why you're here. You're a spiritual being having a human experience because of the experience to learn and grow. So I leave you with this thought as I'm going to conclude, that you are worthy, that you are loved unconditionally, and that you are here to experience everything, positive and negative. And unfortunately, through negativity, most human beings grow. But you can draw that line in the sand and say, hey, I've learned enough about negativity. I just desire positivity in my life. And then get out of your own way and let the door open up for you to have the life. As E.M. Foster said, we must be willing to let go of the life we have planned so as to have the life that is waiting for us.